Hello. All right, so I'm trying a different setup today so that you can see me while also seeing what I'm doing. So I'm gonna turn on my iPad that went dark. All right. So welcome to all those that are watching the replay. Let me know that you watched. And let's get this going. And let's see. Perfect. All right. So let me know if you're here. I'm hoping that the comments will show up on my iPad. They don't always. So I can't see my phone from here. I can generally see it, but I can't actually see your comments. So hopefully they will pop up. So let me know you're here. All right, so we are going to do something a little different today. We are going to, we are going to stain these pieces of wood with a natural stain. So, oh, there's my puppy. Hi, puppy. This is Peaches. See her wandering around. So we are going to stain these with a, like I said, a natural stain that I created. It's more like a weatherizer, like weathering. I don't know the words. Yeah, we're making it look weathered. But it's cool because you can take a completely just piece of scrap wood and make it something different. The other interesting thing is that every time, well, not every time, every wood looks different. So it's having an actual chemical reaction with the wood, and so every piece of wood is different. So we've got some examples back here. So these were both done the same way with the same stain, and as you can see, they're totally different. So the chemical reaction with the dark one, the one made it darker. Oh, the dog's running into my cord, wiggling the TV, or the video. Anyway, so yeah, this one got really dark, and this one got more sort of almost reddish honey. So you never know what you're gonna get, but the same kind of wood should have the same effect every time. The only thing is, I suppose, if you make your stain a little different, then it might be slightly different. So what we did was, it is a vinegar and steel wool. Where's my steel wool? Steel wool. So we just take either white vinegar or apple cider vinegar and fill it up halfway or however much you want into a jar. Glass is best, so there's not another chemical reaction. And then we just take one of the steel wool pieces and stick it in there and let it sit in there for 24 hours. Then you pull it out and you've got your stain. So also wood responds differently whether you use the white vinegar or the apple cider vinegar. It is yellow. So anyway, so we've got the two different, and you can kind of tell there's not a whole lot left of this one. And this was the white vinegar, and it's pretty light. It's more golden. And then the apple cider vinegar is pretty dark. But honestly, the color doesn't make any difference. So it's just the fact that it changed. Yeah, it's the color it starts with. So someone is watching, I cannot see it from here. So please comment and let's see if the comments are working. So I'm not sure if it will show up on my iPad like it should, but if you could comment and say hi, then I'll know who you are and I'll see if my comments are working. So please comment. We are going to get started. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to put on the love transfer, some twine, oh goodness, some twine, and a little key actually. So these are for some special friends of mine, and so we're just going to make a handful of them really. I'm going to show you how to do one, but I'm going to make, I don't know, quite a few. So, all right, let's see. So who is watching? Oh, see, darn it. It popped up. There's something on my phone, but I cannot see it on my iPad. Anyone have any suggestions? Oh, now I have, oh, it's Barb. Hi, Barb. Okay, so now I've got it working, but now I've got volume. So let me turn it down because I do not need to hear myself twice. Awesome. We can see it too. Hey, Barb. It's good to see ya. All right, so we are going to do this natural stain. So I'm going to show you each one because they're a little different. In some wood, it's drastically different from one to another. And on other ones, it's very similar. So we're just gonna dip it in. It's very little of that. This is the white vinegar. And we just spread it right onto our wood. There we go. And we wanna cover it. We wanna try to be consistent with it. If you do drips and stuff, like it will, there's more in one area than another, it will sort of show up. So you wanna be careful not to have it like run and make a big mess and have more in one area than another. All right, we're just gonna, there's very little of this left. We're not gonna get very far on this, but all right. So that means to be careful when you're doing the front and the back. Sometimes I let one sort of dry before I turn it over so that we don't get major drips. And when you're doing the sides, you wanna be careful about that as well. So again, this is just white vinegar that had steel wool in it for 24 hours. And then we take the steel wool out and it makes an awesome natural stain. Like I said, this isn't, it's weathering it more than anything. It's just sort of aging it. All right, so we'll lay that down. Let's see if we can get the last bits out of here. This may not work on the back side. Let's see if we can get it on there. Wow, very, very little left. I'm determined to get it mostly covered here. Now, the back I'll have to deal with later. Let's go back to the front. So there's that one. Oh, we got a little piece of something on there. What is that? Oh, it's just a part in the grain where it kind of got caught, so not a problem. So these are a labor of love. I was out this side today doing sanding these pieces. They were just cut off pieces from someone's fence. So they were rough, and I sat outside and sanded them in the sub-freezing weather, although it was better today than other days. It's kind of like a heat wave. It was like 18 degrees or something. All right, I'm gonna clean off my brush. And I am using a little bit of soap because I want to make sure that I'm breaking through that vinegar that's already on there and make sure that we're getting the new stain instead of the old one. All right. Okay. Try that off a little bit. Perfect. All right. So let me know, have you guys ever done a vinegar stain or something like this before? Let me know in the comments. All right, so here is the apple cider vinegar. There's plenty of this, so it's a lot easier and quicker. But again, we're trying not to drip too much over those edges so that we don't have marks, because it will sort of just, if there's more in one area than another, it will make note of that. It will do that. So, all right. What did you say? Yeah, it is cold, right? Is it just as cold in Butte? I know it's been really cold here. It's like, what, minus 22 or something the other day, and had a late start to school in the first time in like forever. Oh. Well, hello, Miss Hannah Hart. It's good to see you. So we are just doing a vinegar stain on this wood here, and we're just basically gonna weather it. All right, so let's see. Yeah, right? Who knew you could use vinegar to stain? So this is, I was pretty excited when I discovered this, to be honest with you. And I've been doing a lot of things like this. So like I said, these guys here, we're all done with it. So Hannah might recognize these. These are from a friend of hers wedding. So I made a bunch of wedding signs. All right, we're gonna grab the hair dryer, and this is probably gonna be loud, but let's see. Basically what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna dry it and I'm gonna put some heat on it, and this is gonna speed up the process. So hopefully you can see it kind of turn, because right now it's just like wet, and so it has sort of that brown wet color to it, but it's realistically going to be sort of a gray weathered look. All right. let's put these away. They're not, it's not like bad that they're open, but they smell like vinegar, which honestly, I would much rather smell vinegar than stain. So for me, that's awesome. Okay, so here we go. You can see this one a little bit. It's definitely got lighter and grayer. I think we definitely needed more on it, which is part of the problem, but we'll see. I would probably do a second coat. Plus it gets darker, like different, just in general. You love the smell of vinegar. That's funny. Yeah, I certainly don't mind it. Although this, I don't know if it's because of the metal shavings in it or not, but it definitely is a little more strong, so. All right, let's do this one. Right. So, hey Maddie, if you are still there, say hi. So we are naturally staining, weathering this wood with a vinegar stain. So you can tell it's definitely getting darker, and it will kind of get more intense over time too, which is kind of interesting. Oh, hey Tiffany, good to see you too. So say hi guys, I know that you're still there. So I'm gonna go grab a piece of wood that's not sanded or anything yet, but you'll see the lighter color. I just want to show it to you next to it because it's kind of hard to tell how much it changed. Let me grab that. They're still outside in the cold. Nice. No dog, I don't want to go out. She's not now. All right. Okay, so here we have the two. So now you definitely see how much lighter and darker it is. So, and honestly, it's interesting. It seems much darker to me than it looks in the picture, and I'm not sure if that's what it looks like to you or not. So, and then it gets a little darker even as time goes on. So I've got a couple that I already did. I wanted to make sure that they were fully dry before we tried to chalk on them. So here are the other one. And so you can see this maybe a little more even with the dark and the light. So this is the exact same wood. And it's kind of even a little more gray, I would say, than it looks like in the picture here. But yeah, so it's got just a much more weathered, natural sort of look than, I guess this is more natural, but you know what I mean. More of a weathered look. So isn't that, yeah, I think it's so cool, Barb. And so I've done a bunch of signs like this, big, small, And if you're gonna do a bunch, just line them up and kind of move on. And you actually don't have to use the hairdryer. I do that to speed up the process. And otherwise you gotta sit it for quite a while and you notice it changing over like 24 hours. But this definitely speeds it up with the heat and everything. So yeah, so really fun. So we've got that. And now let's chalk on it. Let me see which side. And this is what's funny too. So I don't know how much you can tell in there, but this is more golden and this is more gray, and it's the same piece of wood. But this kind of tells you here with these two pieces that it might have come from some other pieces that were pressed or different parts. So, but normally you get a very similar look from the same ones. I've even done like cheap plywood and turned it into some pretty cool looking stuff, and it's usually pretty gray, which is kind of fun. It looks like a gray whitewash, and the fawn and sort of cream colors looks really great on it, and so does the white. So, all right, so now let's get to chalking. We are gonna use our Love transfer tonight, so the Love Heart. And sometimes with the wood, I wax it, and we are just hoping that we don't pull up the wood tonight, because I did not take the time to wax that. Oh, wait, let me get rid of this. So, you know, we're hoping for the best. So we've got our awesome fuzzing cloth. Oh my goodness. Right, you're gonna be so happy to get one of these if you don't already. And let's go to this side here. This is our fuzzing side, and then the other side is made for drying it and everything else, which is awesome. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this off, remember, from one full side. And then we're doing what we call fuzz it up, where we stick it down, pick it up 5 or 6 times. The point of this is that the brand new ones are nice and sticky, which is awesome, but they can stick so much that they're hard to get up, and then they stretch. So especially a smooth surface like glass and stuff. And then, like I said, with this wood, I do not want it to pull the wood up. If it does, we'll survive, but kind of it'll be a different, more natural look. But so I'm just gonna do that a handful of times. So we're trying to genuinely get it fuzzy and less sticky. And the great thing is once we wash this, it will be sticky again. So no worries. And remember, this is a sticky reusable screen print. And so this space you see in here is actually screen, that's not space. And what's so awesome about that is that the screen print is gonna make everything smooth and consistent. Also, if this was a traditional stencil, all these itty bitty pieces, right, would be separate, and you'd have to lay them down and then somehow figure out how to get them up without ruining your project. So very cool. So yeah, so the fuzzing cloth comes out in like another week or so, and I was able to get that at Leadership, but it's so wonderful, Barb. All right, so I'm gonna place it on here a little low. I hope you can see a little low, because we're gonna put some design and stuff on the top. So just gonna place it down, make sure we've got a good seal around the words there, around all the screen. I'm just gonna wipe it on here. I'm gonna probably go down. I find that whichever way I'm gonna go with the paste, I'm gonna go ahead and do that with this. Now, sometimes we may miss little areas because the wood isn't completely smooth, but that is okay. It's gonna look more natural and hand painted, and that's what makes it so great. So I've been sitting here deciding between sand and custard, and I think I'm gonna go with custard. It's a little lighter. I think it's gonna be a little brighter in a good way. So this is our chalk paste, and especially formulated to go right through that screen easily and smoothly. And then if you're doing a non-porous surface, so unlike this wood, then the chalk paste will actually wash right off. So we can do that on our chalkboards and our glass and our mirrors and all that. So I'm just gonna take the chalk paste and I'm gonna get it all over where the word is. All right, just get it all on, make sure everything's covered, and then go ahead and scrape it off and put all the extra back in the jar. So we use very little product, honestly. These jars last forever. I did a huge 4th of July thing with this that made a little dent in it, but All right, go ahead and do that. And then we pull it up again from one full side. And voila, oh my gosh, awesome. Look at that. And then we're gonna go ahead and give this a wash. You guys can stare at that. Whoa, okay. I wonder if it will stand for you. There you go, you can look at that. I'm gonna wash this in the sink. And I always wash the sticky side first so it won't stick to itself. And then go ahead and wash the other side. When you're doing that sticky side, you get to rub all the fuzz off of it that you had fuzzed it up with. Yeah, looks like we did pretty good and didn't bring any of the wood up, so that's awesome. All right. And give it a little scrub there. Right. So what do you guys think about how that turned out? So simple, but so great. And how much better is that on that wood than if it were to be on just that light colored wood? It just makes such a difference. So then we're just gonna lay that sticky side up. And there's my dog. Peach is really wanting to come inside, don't blame her, but she escaped out there when I grabbed that wood. Let's let her in. Come on, Peaches. Down. All right. Good girl. You gonna count for a treat? All right. There you go. Here, Ty, will you come say hi? Whoops. Oh, I dropped it. Leave it. Come here. Come say hi, Ty. Come here. All right, and this is our other pooch. I don't know where you can see him at. Here we go. Yeah. All right, there you go. Good job, buddy. Oh, you think you're gonna get some Peaches? Here, can you stand? Stand up. Here. Good girl. Yeah, you're a little older, aren't you? All right. So, perfect. So now, it doesn't take long to dry, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a hairdryer to it just to make sure that I'm not running into it. And then we're gonna put our accents on there. Perfect. Okay. Ah! There goes the hairdryer. Alrighty. We are gonna leave it there. I have a feeling it's just keep falling off. Alright, so we've got some twine. And we are going to gussy this up a little bit. I had this in my head, so we'll see how it actually looks. So, let's see where I want to start. All right, so I'm gonna wind around some of this twine. See if I can get it to stay. And this board had a little area that was messed up on the side, so it's got sort of a natural divot there, so I'm just gonna work with that. Let's do a handful of layers here. Perfect. Awesome. Then I'm just gonna bring it back around. Find some scissors, I got a million of them. Yeah, I bet you I can find that other end that I so nicely tucked in, but there we go. All right, we're just gonna tie that. And I'll tuck that in and make it a little prettier later. Just get that on there. Perfect. So we're going with that. And then, let's see, I have these keys because I'm making this for a group of really awesome gals, and we are in a Bible study together, learning about love. We're doing Crazy Love by Francis Chan, and just talking about, thinking about who holds our heart, right? And who's, where we spend our time and our energy and all of that. And so this little thing just to help them remember that when they see it, because I know that I love things to remind me, so. And let's see, I'm trying to decide which one. I feel like I already have one of these open. Oh, that's the one I'm using. I don't know if it'll go through these little keys or not. We're gonna find out. I think so the hole's pretty small. So I'm gonna cut a piece off and then I'm gonna separate the twines. So yeah, so it's gonna help us remember who's got our hearts, right? Okay, who's got the key to our heart? Besides my wonderful husband. Who's over there bearing with me. All right, so there we go. Okay, so I just took like one strand and that was a little easier. And I am just gonna tie, okay, get that under there, come on. Okay, get that on there, perfect. Put the right side, yep. I'm gonna tie this little key on here, just to the left of the L. Tuck these little guys in. And I can work at that a little more when it's all done. All right, but there we go. Look at that. What do you think? So we've got love and the little key, and that all started from this semi-ugly piece of wood that was just a scrap. So look at that. Is that awesome? I think it turned out really good. What do you guys think? Let me know what you think in the comments. And I'm gonna make lots more of them. Yes, my shirt, thank you. So I'll stand up even though you can't see my head, but I did make this with the Couture ink. So it took a minute to make. And that's what's so awesome about this stuff, right? How quick we can do everything. So I'm going to show you another project that I'm going to work on. I am not going to work on it on camera as it's going to take a while. And, but I want to show you so you can kind of look forward to seeing the finished product later. I've got a group of people who want to make stuff on cabinet doors. And what I'm trying to figure out is if we're going to be able to paint the cabinet doors and chalk them in a decent time frame, or whether everything needs to be prepped first. I kind of wanted people to have the opportunity to paint them because then they could paint them the color of their choice, but maybe we just have a few different ones and they get to pick. But some of the cabinet doors are already white, and so that works for some people. So, but I'm super excited for that event. We just need to figure some stuff out. So I have a cabinet door that I got from Habitat for Humanity, Restore, which is an amazing resource. It's also an amazing organization. So let's see. Oh, it's heavier than it looks here. So we are going to paint this here. And so this came from Restore, like I said. It was like $1 or $2, I can't remember, but they have way too many of them. And so there's always plenty to choose from. And so we're just gonna repurpose this, and it's actually gonna be a fundraiser for Habitat. So we're excited to do that. And let's see, you would prep. Yeah, I'm moving towards that. Although, like I said, I just wish, I don't know, maybe we can have a 2-part, maybe we can have one group come in and paint and another, you know, do the other. So we've got some Boy Scouts that want to just help out with some Habitat stuff, so maybe they could paint them. And then the gals could come in, the Girl Scouts could come in. No. We've got stuff for Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts, so we'll see how that plays out. But yeah, so I'm going to use the Annie Sloan chalk paint, which does dry pretty fast, honestly, and then wax it. But I'm more concerned, honestly, about the wax than I am the paint. I want to put the wax down and make sure the paint doesn't come up, but the wax takes longer to dry. So, but I'm going to play with it and we'll see what we get. So stay tuned for this. And I think, let me go, I'm a little bit of debate of what to put on it. I think I'm not sure if I'm going to do Home Sweet Home, There's No Place Like Home, or Welcome. And then our new flowers. So let me go show you those prints real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, let me grab, keep thinking of more ones I want to show you. I'm just going to bring the box over. Okay. Alright. So these are some of our new prints. So honestly wasn't so sure about this when I first saw it. It's called Modern Floral. But now I've seen so many things with it that I absolutely love that I'm excited to use that. So I think that's going to be part of what's on here. And then, who do we have? Debbie. Hello, Debbie. I'm glad you're watching. So we just made this little thing here, and you can look back and see how we did that in just a couple minutes. Now we're talking about, we've got this big board here and trying to figure out what I'm going to put on it. So I'm going to put this probably like above and below. And then in the middle is where I'm trying to decide. So I've got all the different hellos, which are awesome. I love that we've got all the different sizes, and I really like the look of this one. There's something about that, but I think it's a little small for this piece. But so we could do the big one or either of those. And then we have, there is, let's see, there is no place like home or home sweet home. And so that's another option for that. And let's see, I was going to show you, I mean, hey, let's just look at some of the other new ones. Let's see what we got here. Da-da-da. I have a lot in here. Oh, goodness. Now I'm just making a mess. Some of these aren't news. Okay. Nothing exciting there. Alright, so then we've got this one, which is amazing. I can't wait to do something with that. This one's going to be great for... to be able to put stuff inside there. Again, I love that we have the two sizes, so we could complement things. We can make more than one thing and they would be similar. This would be great with a monogram, both big and small. And now we have the monogram letters, so that's awesome. They are probably about 6, well, it's 5 by 7 sheet, but there's space on either end, so maybe 5.5-ish height. So perfect for a lot of things. Let's see what else we've got that's in here that's fun. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited about this one. Okay, so this says, be fearless and courage, dear heart. They're two separate ones, and it's the C.S. Lewis. And also thinking about doing this one on just a big raw piece of wood. I think that would be great. And we've got some welcomes. Could use this also for this big board. And hip hip hooray, so this will be fun for a lot of different party stuff. And then we've got the actual stuff for graduation, which is, it's scary that we're already thinking about that, but we need to, right? This is adorable. This is not so cute. So strawberry jam. We've had a couple different recipe ones, and I love that this one's a little smaller. Honestly, if this board was a little bigger, it'd be perfect for that. It's just the inset area is a little small for that. Let's see what else we've got. That might be it. These are all just sort of duplicates and stuff you can't get anymore. What else do we have? Reaching. Oh yes, fun. We've got the happy birthday one. Hey, Miss Kendra. Hello. Glad you joined me. Say hi if you're still here, Miss Kendra. Then we've got Stand Tall, Giraffe. Isn't that cute? And we've got a whole line. We've got this, and then what is a lion that's about brave, and a whale that's wild blue yonder, and a buffalo that I cannot for the life of me remember what it says, but done a lot of buffalo here in Montana. We've got these awesome butterflies, and what's so fun about the butterflies is that we've got all the different layers to make something just super awesome. Lots of colors. Always kiss me goodnight. That would be a fun pillow on your bed, right? And then lemon squeeze and peachy keen. And it's fun to see a lot of these prints, similar prints, in the general retail market. I've been seeing them all over at Target and Macy's and different places. So we are right on point with so many of our designs, and we can just create them at home for pennies compared to the big stores and make them again and again and again. So remember, these are sticky reusable screen prints. So, oh, and then this is just a fun one. This is, your life is your story, write well, edit often. And I love this one also with all the flowers and the arrow. So yeah, so we've got lots of new stuff coming your way, and make sure to check it out. Let me know if you have any questions. If you're looking for a sample, message me and I can tell you how you can get your hands on some product. And yeah, hope you guys have an awesome night, and I will let you know how things turn out when I'm done with this big board. All right. And because this is far away, I have to go over here to turn it off. So, all right. See you later.